Hey everybody, this is GGB Co-host Peppers coming at you again with this series of the Conference of Champions. Anyways, let's get straight into it. The Pac-12 Panthers roster. Let's look at the quarterbacks. At quarterback, we have Aaron Rodgers from California, Jared Goff from California, and Sam Darnold from USC. At running back, we have Christian McCaffrey from Stanford, Phillip Lindsay from Colorado, and Marshawn Lynch from California. Fullback, we have Trey Madden from USC. At wide receiver, we have Keenan Allen from California, Robert Woods from USC, Juju Smith-Schuster from USC, Marvin Jones Jr. from California, and Brandon Cooks from Oregon State. Tight end, we have Zach Ertz from Stanford, Austin Hooper from Stanford, and Will Dissly from Washington. At left tackle, we have David Bakhtiari from Colorado, Tyron Smith from USC, and Colton Miller from UCLA. At left guard, we have Andres Pete from Stanford and Isaac Sumalo from Oregon State. At center, we have Alex Mack from California and Ryan Khalil from USC. At right guard, we have David DeCastro from Stanford and Kyle Long from Oregon. At right tackle, we have Mitchell Schwartz from California. Left end, we have Cameron Jordan from California and Eric Armstead from Oregon. At right end, we have Everson Griffin from USC and Jarrell Casey from USC. At defensive tackle, we have Kenny Clark from UCLA, DeForest Buckner from Oregon, and Vita Vea from Washington. At left outside linebacker, we have Anthony Barr from UCLA and Clay Matthews from USC. At middle linebacker, we have Eric Kendricks from UCLA, Miles Jack from UCLA, and Corey Littleton from Washington. At right outside linebacker, we have Lorenzo Alexander from California and Nick Perry from USC. At cornerback, we have Richard Sherman from Stanford, Marcus Peters from Washington, Desmond Trufant from Washington, and Ndodori Jackson from USC. Free safety, we have Marcus Williams from Utah and Buda Baker from Washington. At strong safety, we have Jordan Poyer from Oregon State and Justin Reed from Stanford. At kicker, we're going to have Mason Crosby from Colorado. And at punter, we're going to have Johnny Hecker from Oregon State. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying this series as much as I am. So you just saw the Pac-12 Panthers roster. If you don't remember, the Pac-12 is the Panthers because, if you don't remember, which I've been doing this series a long time, so if you don't remember the rules, go check them out on the original video, my first video. I explained all the rules of this tournament to you guys, but just to double go over this, the reason the Pac-12 is the Panthers is because Ron Rivera actually went to a Pac-12 school, so obviously he is going to be the head coach of the Pac-12 Panthers. Remember, we have 100% realistic and 15-minute quarters and random weather every single time. So anyways, I hope guys are excited as I am. And if you don't remember the Packers, I'm sorry, I'm losing my mind here. FCS Division 2, Division 3. So all the smaller schools are the Green Bay Packers, okay? So, for instance, the starting quarterback is Jimmy Garoppolo because he went to Eastern Illinois. So, stuff like that. And if you guys think I choose who starts because I like certain players more, you're 100. I try to make sure that does not happen because I do have preferences, obviously. Like a Big Ten team, I love Saquon Barkley more than Ezekiel Elliott, you know? And I think he's a better running back. But I go 100% higher overall. And then if there's two people who have the same overall, I go with experience because I'd rather have an experienced veteran in the playoffs than a younger guy. But let's see. Aaron Rodgers is about to take the field. Number 12 from Pac-12 Panthers. Aaron Rodgers led his team all the way to the NFC Championship this year. Fortunately, they just got destroyed by the San Francisco 49ers, just like absolutely clobbered. But Aaron Rodgers is back, and he's ready to play. Hopefully, he hopes to punch his way to the conference championship. And this is the last game, guys, so check in to the next 3 days after this, I guess. To see who wins this game, because whoever wins this game will be playing the day after that against the SEC. So whoever wins this game plays the SEC. So Christian McCaffrey looks like he got the edge, but eventually tackles. Let's meet the Pac-12 offense, starting offense. So on the offensive line, we have David Bakhtiari, Kyle Long, Alex Mack, David DeCastro, and Mitchell Schwartz. In the receiving core, we have Keenan Allen, Phillip Lindsay, Christian McCaffrey, Zach Ertz, and Robert Woods. So Aaron Rodgers definitely has some weapons to throw to on this team. I honestly think that you got to get it to Zach Ertz as much as you can. He's the most talented receiver on this team. But Christian McCaffrey's the best running back in the NFL. Get it to him as much as you possibly can. So, they go slant here, and Keenan Allen is tackled just short of the first down, bringing up a 3rd and 2 situation. So, we're about 1 minute into this first quarter, so it's very interesting to see what the Pac-12 is scheming of doing here. It's a very good team, very built up really well, but so is the FCS Division II, Division III. So this is why this is a very hyped game. Whoever wins this game moves on to the conference championship. Pac-12 lost in the conference championship last year as the number 1 seed. Okay, Christian McCaffrey barely picks up that first down, but he picks it up regardless. But they got absolutely crushed as the number 1 seed in the conference championship last year. The FCS Division II, Division III lost a close one last year against the ACC and didn't end up making the conference championship game. So, it's definitely a big game for them, trying to get to their first conference championship. And if they do, then we'll have 6 teams make the conference championship over the past 2 years. So those are the 6 big teams. So, Christian McCaffrey gets a big hole. Fortunately for him, his own player tackles him, but he does pick up a good amount of yardage before he is tackled. So, anyways, it's a very, very interesting concept. I hope you guys are enjoying it. Please smash the like and subscribe button for more content like this. Also, I'm planning on posting videos about the top 10 positions, like top 10 quarterbacks, top 10 receivers, top 10 tight ends. No, top 10 quarterback. I don't know why I said tight ends. Top 10 quarterbacks, top 10 running backs, top 10 receivers. Those are my 3 things that I'm going to do. Please watch those videos. I put a lot of time and effort into these things, so it'd be helpful if people watch them. So, they go run with Christian McCaffrey, and obviously he's just dominating this first drive just because, Christian McCaffrey's just got kind of running back. You keep handing it to him. He's dominant, which is why I don't think Phillip Lindsay's going to see the ball a lot here today. A lot of people, they go dual running back sets, and they see a lot of people get different, but there's just such a disparity between Lindsay and Christian McCaffrey. So, I actually think Lindsay's on the field now, though. So they go screen pass there. Doesn't pick up much yardage, but just enough for that first down marker to Robert Woods. So they've just drove down this field really, really well. They've had some very good plays. So see what happens there on this. 12 minutes in. Actually, 3 minutes in. 12 minutes remaining in this game. So Christian McCaffrey gets the ball, but it's defended really well by the defense, and they tackle him for a loss. So let's meet the defense for the smaller schools. So the defensive line, we have Akeem Hicks, Michael Pierce, and Brandon Williams. And the linebacker who we have Darius Leonard, Patrick Omusor, Todd Davis, and Matthew Judon. And secondary, a Pierre Desir, Jaquiski Tart, Antoine Bethea, and Brandon Carr. So obviously Brandon Carr is a very good corner. We've all heard of him. Antoine Bethea and Jaquiski Tart. Same, we've heard of those guys as well, unless, you're not a big football fan. But in that case, I don't know why you're watching this video. But anyways, 8.5 minutes in, so they bring a blitz. They throw it out to Keenan Allen, but Keenan Allen is hurt, and they cannot have him get hurt for a substantial amount of time. It's a very big part of their offense. So Robert Woods is definitely going to be a bigger part of this drive moving forward. So we're going to be looking at Robert Woods and Juju Smith-Schuster as the 2 starting receivers now that Keenan Allen is down. Hopefully he won't be down for long, but that's who we're going to see now mostly, is those 2 guys. So Aaron Rodgers talking over his plan with his teammates. Let's see if they can punch it into this end zone at the 18-yard line. They've driven down the field really well. So they bring Trey Madden onto the field, which means they just have Robert Woods. And so they go run here with Christian McCaffrey, quickly stuffed by Onwuasor. So 2nd and 7, only 3-yard gain there. 4 minutes into the game. I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. I'm hyped for this matchup. It's a really exciting game for me. I'm hoping this ends up being a really good game. We haven't had great games on the channel so far. Probably the best one we've had was Big 12 and the ACC played each other. And that wasn't even, it ended up being like a 14-point game at the end of it. So, anyway, so they bring a 3-man rush here. They decide to drop people. And that actually ends up working it since he throws it backwards about 6 yards. So it brings up a 3rd and 14. Let's see what LaFleur decides to do here on defense and Rivera decides to do on offense here with his new quarterback in Aaron Rodgers. He's been used to playing Cam Newton with all his entire career. And next year, it's going to be weird because they're going to be the Skins for the first time. They're going to be the Pac-12 Redskins. It just doesn't come off the tongue as well as Pac-12 Panthers, but, well, they're going to be the Redskins, so it's going to be interesting. That's for sure. We're here for it, though. So, 3rd and 14. Let's see if Aaron Rodgers can punch it in this end zone. So, they bring the 4-man rush. Actually, they bring in a 5th guy. He throws it, though. What a throw. Touchdown by Juju Smith-Schuster with the catch. First receiving touchdown of the game. 5 minutes in, and we already have a touchdown. I'm hyped. Look at this offense already. I don't know what in the world that was. He giving birth? I don't know what that was supposed to be, Juju. But what a throw. And what a catch by Juju Smith-Schuster. Just throws it right in there. And Juju goes toe tap. Gets a touchdown. But it goes under review. I honestly think it was a touchdown, though. I do think he got both feet down, but let's see. They're going to review it. Yeah, he definitely got both feet down. So, smaller schools, sorry, but he definitely gets both feet down. Congratulations for the Pac-12. I know all the Pac-12 fans out there, they have high hopes for this year, considering they're the number 4 seed. They were the number 1 seed last year, but they weren't able to, get past the Big 12 in that championship game. They were upset. Even though they were the number 1 seed, the Big 12 was the number 6 seed, so they traveled to Carolina to go play them in the conference championship. And unfortunately for them, they ended up getting absolutely crushed by Patrick Mahomes. And that year, the Chargers, the Big 12 Chargers. So it's different this year. They were the Big 12 49ers before they got knocked out by the ACC Bucks. But through the uprights for Mason Crosby. And hopefully they're hoping to get to another championship game and hoping to upset the SEC Browns next week. Actually, check in about 4 days and you're going to get to see whoever wins this game is going to play the SEC. So if you're an SEC fan, check in for that. Or if you're one of the fans of one of these teams, check in for that as well. It's going to be very exciting. We only have about, let me count. So there's 4 in this, and there's 4 in this. 8 is 12. So we have about 16 more days of this series, so it's coming to a close. Anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying it so far. I've enjoyed it. So they're actually going to bring this out of the end zone to return it. He gets it to about where he would have gotten it anyways. But anyways, onto the field comes Mr. Jimmy Garoppolo. He led his team all the way to the Super Bowl last year. They're showing the 2018 stats, but his 2019 stats were way more impressive considering he played in all the games. A lot of people remember him for that final throw he made against Kansas City that just barely overshot Emmanuel Sanders and would have put them very close to taking the lead in that game. But instead, he missed that throw, and who knows if the 49ers would have won that game if he made that throw. But he still had an amazing year, even though a lot of people don't think of him as a great quarterback. He played very well last year. So they go run here with it's hard to remember. They have Eckler on the team. Is it Eckler? I feel like it's Eckler. But let's meet the starting lineup for this smaller team. So there's Teron Armstead, Ali Marpet, Ryan Jensen, Laurent Duvernay, Tarif, and Jarrett Veld here. And then there's receiving core Tyreek Hill, Tariq Cohen, Austin Eckler, and others. And I think, I'm sorry, I missed that. Adam Thielen, Cooper Kupp. I don't know. No, it was Delaney Walker. I'm sorry, Delaney Walker was the other guy. So 2nd and 9. Let's see what they do here. 9.5 minutes remaining in this first quarter. So they go run here. And really, Eckler's immediately stuffed. He got 1 yard on that play, bringing up a 3rd and 10. Let's see what Jimmy Garoppolo, they really just haven't trusted him early, but let's see what he does to retaliate against the Pac-12 offense. So they hand it to Eckler, and he's just instantly swarmed by Jordan Poyer and others. Jordan Poyer and company. So it looks like this smaller school's defense is going to be taking the field relatively shortly. So you better get hyped, get back onto the field. get ready on Wuasaur and company. So, let's see what Jimmy G can do on this 3rd and 10. So they bring me a 4-man rush, and he has pretty much all the time in the world. He throws it to a wide-open Cooper Kupp racing down the sidelines. I don't know why 22 is not diving at his feet, but he doesn't until it's too late. All the way to the end zone for Cooper Kupp. Great throw. Great read by Jimmy G. I don't know how that defense just ended up messing up badly. Jordan Poyer just ended up missing his coverage, I think, and Kupp took advantage of it all the way into the end zone, and we're going to see a tie ball game here. You can see all the Packers fans that traveled all the way to Carolina are happy. And keep in mind, like, if you want to root for the underdog, which is what I normally do, that would be the Packers here. And they're even though it's the 4 versus the 5 seed, and that's normally not a big deal, they're actually 10 overall points different. So the Packers are the underdog by a good amount. So they are the big underdog here today. So, and plus they're going to be playing on Carolina's home field, even though it's nowhere near, where the Pac-12 plays, but we're here for it anyways. But Aaron Rodgers is going to get the ball back, and he led a great drive last time. Let's see if he can do that again. Led him all the way into the end zone. Ran on the back of Christian McCaffrey. It's a very similar strategy what you should do this drive. Christian McCaffrey is one of the best running backs in the entire NFL. And if you can take advantage of him, that's the ideal thing to do. There's Juszczyk on the field. Another thing, Juszczyk is the best fullback in the entire NFL, and they got him. So definitely taking advantage of him is going to be a big step in winning this game. They definitely have to do it. That's definitely a big thing that they need to do. So they kick off. Christian McCaffrey gets a chance to return this ball, gets it all the way to the 32-yard line, and back onto the field comes Mr. Aaron Rodgers and company. Sorry. But we're 17 minutes into the actual video. 8 minutes and 50 seconds left in this first quarter of play here. And anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying it as much as I enjoy producing these videos for you. It's a lot of fun for me. Plus, I get to watch all these great teams face off, and we get to finally decide which conference produces the best football players for this year's Madden team. Or you can just, go with the normal which conference is better strategy, but, it's not exactly like that. But Christian McCaffrey does pick up a good amount of yardage. Brings up 2nd and 2. 8 minutes left, approximately 8.5 minutes left approximately in this game. 2nd and 2. Let's see what they do here. So they actually bring in weird variation. I think it's wing back, but they go play action here. He has a lot of time to read the field. Throws it to Mr. Robert Wood. No, Robert Woods. Never mind, I was right. Thought he was a superstar, but I guess he was not. But, anyways, I hope you guys enjoying this. So, smaller schools definitely need to get their act together on defense. The Pac-12 just seems to be able to drive against them at will. So, 1st and 10. Let's see what they do here. So, they go curl route. Easy pickup for 1st down. To Mr. I don't know. Brandon Cooks, I'm going to guess. I think it's Brandon Cooks. Yep, I was right. Brandon Cooks. So, honestly, since Keenan Allen's hurt, you're going to see a lot of Robert Woods and Brandon Cooks and Juju Smith-Schuster getting involved in this ball game. So, let's see what they do here. I feel like Christian McCaffrey is definitely a good option running the ball here. But he's quickly stuffed up the middle. So, brings up a 2nd 11. Big tackle by Darius Leonard, who is one of their star players on defense. And if they want to win, they have to rely on him. And that defensive line is pretty stout. So if they could get pressure on the quarterback, that would be huge. But it's very interesting to see how Aaron Rodgers is going to react to this 2nd and 11 he's put in. Normally he's been able to pick up yards on 1st downs every time. But This time he's actually going to have to face a little bit of adversity here. So they go screen pass, and he is quickly dumped for a big loss. Now it's going to be a 3rd and 19. Now they have a decision to make. What is Matt LaFleur going to do? Is he going to drop guys, or is he going to bring a blitz? Or is he just going to go normal 4-man rush? I feel like that's a mistake. I feel like you got to bring heat or you got to drop people. Normally, I don't like just a 4-man rush because, especially in these kind of situations, I would love to put pressure on Aaron Rodgers to make a great throw, especially when I have corners that are pretty good. So they go play action here. Yeah, that's what they did. What I thought they should do, and they go and play. Oh, that's a better throw. Aaron Rodgers has a first down and possibly a touchdown, depending if that safety is able to come over and make the tackle. But unfortunately, he didn't make a great throw that he normally would in this situation. But they're going to see a punt here. Either that or they're going to attempt a ridiculously long field goal with Mason Crosby. Should definitely not do that. They should definitely punt this ball away with Johnny Hekker. But let's see what they actually decide to do. Let's see what the decision-making is by Ron Rivera. So they send out Johnny Hekker. So they make the smart decision, decide to try to pin the smaller school conference. So see Johnny Hecker's punt. So it goes out of bounds at the 26-yard line. So actually, that's a really bad punt. But let's see what Jimmy G is able to do when he comes out on this field. So Jimmy G had a 1-play touchdown throw last time. He only had to throw one pass, and it got to be a touchdown. But let's see if he can do a longer drive this time. Maybe he can milk the clock a little bit more. Actually show that he can control the ball, and, maybe they can figure out how to run the ball because it did not work at the beginning. So they bring on Juszczyk. Very smart decision. They have the best fullback in football. They definitely need to use him. So, what a move. David Johnson. Anyways, that's the guy that the Texans just traded for. So, if you don't think that's... If you think that's not, if you still think it's a stupid decision, you can still see him run really well in Madden. But not in real life because the coronavirus is going on. But in Madden, they still think he's good. So let's see what they do on this 2nd and 1. So they go short pass to Thielen. But let's meet this Pac-12 defense real quick. So in the defensive line, we have Cameron Jordan, Kenny Clark, and Everson Griffin. Linebackers, we have Anthony Barr, Eric Kendricks, Corey Littleton, and Lorenzo Alexander. And secondary have Richard Sherman, Jordan Poyer, Marcus Williams, and Marcus Peters. So 3rd and inches, let's see what they do here. Honestly, I feel like I would really trust Juszczyk in this situation. This kind of situation is perfect for Juszczyk. But let's see what they decide to go here. So they actually do bring Juszczyk on the field, but it doesn't look like he's in the position to run it. So running it is a smart decision to go straight up the middle, but instead they go play action here. And it's time he throws it, but it's incomplete to Juszczyk. 4th and inches, they're going to be punting this ball away. 5 minutes still left on the game clock. So they had a pretty good drive. No, never mind. They didn't have a good drive. I don't know. What am I talking about? They didn't get a first down, but they did pick up an amount of yardage. So I guess that's a good drive. I don't know what the definition of a good drive is. Depends on your definition of a good drive. If they pick up an amount of yardage, maybe if you're like the Cincinnati Bengals, that'd be like one of the best drives of the year. So anyways, they actually pin him deep all the way to the 9-yard line. Great punt by the smaller school's punter. And if you actually want to check out the smaller school's roster and stuff, just check back on my video, FCS/Division 2/Division 3 at Sunbelt Quarter 1. It'll go over the entire roster in that episode. Just watch the first few minutes of it, and you can get all the players and where they went to college and stuff like that. And figure out who's on this team. I'll give you a hint. Jimmy G's on the team. So is Carson Wentz and Ryan Fitzpatrick. So anyways, Aaron Rodgers gets the ball at his own 9-yard line. Let's see what they decide to do here. I feel like running the ball is what you should do in this situation so you don't end up getting a safety. But they bring Trey Madden onto the field, so let's see what they do here on this 1st and 10. So they decide to go run here. Oh, Marshawn Lynch. If you don't stumble there, you have a lot of running room. At least pick up that first down, maybe even more yardage after that. But instead, it's going to be a 2nd and 12 here. with the clock still ticking, tick-tock. So, still 7-7, so a very exciting ball game so far. We haven't seen any offense since that first drive by the Packers, but... So, anyways, McCaffrey gets tackled in the backfield at the 5-yard line. So, that brings up a 3rd and 14. So, let's see what the FCS Division II/Division III Packers decide to do here. On this 3rd down and 14, they could go with a blitz, try to hopefully get a safety, or maybe force a fumble and get a touchdown or something like that. But it's a very interesting situation that Aaron Rodgers and the Pac-12 Panthers have them in. This helps them do. So they bring a 5-man rush, and he dumps it off short. Quick pass, but unfortunately for them, it is quickly bottled up. Zach Ertz is quickly bottled up, and they're going to have to punt this ball away. So, anyways, I hope you guys are enjoying these series. It's really fun to produce, but it's even nicer when I get some likes and views and subscribers. It makes me so happy. Makes me the happiest man on earth. Why wouldn't you want me to be happy? It's not a very nice thing for you to do. So it does look like they're going to try to block this punt, but unfortunately for them, they didn't get there at all. Like, not even close. So, Hecker gets it all the way to the 35-yard line, which honestly isn't a horrible punt. You get it away from your own end zone, at least. But Jimmy G in the offense is about to take the field again. About 3.5 minutes remaining on the game clock. So this episode's wrapping up. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed it so far. It's really fun to make this series. And I think it's one of the best series out there, and tournament-wise. I think it's really unique idea. So, anyways, who watches this, check it out, and send it to people if you really did like it. Tell your friends about it. But Eckler picks up about 2 yards. So let's see if the smaller schools actually have it in them to compete and be one of those top teams. Because wouldn't it be cool if, which conference is the best conference, and you're like, FCS Division II, Division III, they won the Conference of Champions tournament. They're the best. Smaller schools rock. So anyways, they pick up the first down with Delaney Walker. It's all the way to the 48-yard line, and suddenly pick up first down. You're probably in field goal range for Zerline. Let's see if they have it in them to drive down this field, maybe get another touchdown. So anyways, they bring Juszczyk back onto the field. Let's see if they run it again. So they do go with a run, and honestly, it was a pretty good run. If that guy hadn't caught up with David Johnson from behind, and honestly, he seems like the best runner here today. He is having the best day running the ball. Eckler really has not been able to get it going, and Tariq Cohen really, I don't think he's had a carry yet today. But 2nd and 3, David Johnson set it up pretty well for them. About 2 minutes remaining here. So they actually go play action here. He has all the time in the world except for when he doesn't. He throws an interception. Oh, that's got to be a killer for Jimmy G. Tried to force it into triple coverage, and Justin Reed gets the pick. So, oh my gosh, what are you doing, Jimmy G? That was the slowest jog off the field I've ever seen. I don't know what he was thinking there. That is bad. That is good coverage, and you just can't try to force that in there. They at least tried to get it to Thielen, but I don't think Thielen and Hill has received a catch this game. I'm not 100% certain. So I think that's Keenan Allen. Keenan Allen is coming back onto the field, guys. His first time since that first drive. But he's back, and he's better than ever. He's ready to compete with this FCS Division II, Division III team. Great team. So let's see what Aaron Rodgers and the Pac-12 Panthers have schemed up here on this 1st and 10. So let's see. So they go quick screen pass. Keenan Allen quickly gets tackled. But he's back in the game, so I think getting him the ball is probably your number one priority at this point. He's a great player. Just don't want to end up him getting hurt again and you moving on to the playoffs and then not having Keenan Allen. And then suddenly having to go with just Robert Woods and Juju Smith-Schuster as your two guys. You not having an X-factor receiver really hurts. So, they miss the open guy right there, and Rodgers misses him. So, we got about a minute and a half left game time. About 2 minutes left actual video time, so I guess they do not throw the ball a lot here in this final few minutes. But 3rd and 8, let's see what they're able to do here in Rodgers. So, drops back to pass. They bring a 5-man rush, and he gets the first down. Good for Aaron Rodgers. He gets it all the way to the 44-yard line, throwing the ball. Gets it to Brandon Cooks again, and Brandon Cooks is a very good, very speedy receiver. He's going to be with the Houston Texans next year. Honestly, the Houston Texans have produced Will Fuller, DeAndre Hopkins, and Brandon Cooks, who's now a Houston Texan. They're all on these conference teams. Unfortunately and Kenny Stills. I'm sorry, Kenny Stills. I forgot about him. Randall Cobb's the only one that's not on a conference team. But anyways, I'd like to thank you guys real quick. After this play. So they run it with Marshawn Lynch, quickly tackled. Anyways, I'd like to thank you guys for watching these videos. It definitely means a lot for me. If you could just please hit those likes and subscribes buttons every single time I get a like, it makes me so happy inside. And then every single time I see, if I could get a 17th subscriber, that's my goal in life, is get to that 17th subscriber level. That's going to be ideal. So anyways, they pitch it to McCaffrey, and he gets quickly tackled. Anyways, please, guys, watch these videos. It takes a lot of effort to make. Please hit the like button, subscribe, comment below any new video ideas. Please check into my new series, the top 10 thing before the draft. Anyways, this means a lot to me. Anyways, this is GGB, Coles Pupper, saying adios, amigos.